Okay. So all of you must be knowing that today we have this answer writing workshop. Okay. So like how many classes have been done in this batch? Anyone? 55 classes. And what all have been covered in these classes? Polity की कितनी classes हुई हैं? 8 classes. Okay. Fine. So all of you must have done some answer writing as part of like here at Vision IS also, right? And prior to this, though, numerous times you must have done this answer writing. It's not nothing new for you. So here I ask, like, what are your expectations? Like, not just from this workshop, but from yourself also. Like, what do you want, and what do you feel that you are lacking in answer writing when it comes to your answer? Somehow you are not able to crack that aspect of answer writing, which you feel that I'll be able to help you. Anyone? Yeah.
Sir, actually, how I am suffering from that type of question in which I don't know anything about that, but how, or I know some minor point about that question, or I don't know complete part or complete solution of that question. How to tackle this?
Okay, so there are certain questions where you feel that you're not familiar with the content,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay, so like the answer, this one is very easy. Like if you haven't prepared about a particular part of your syllabus, best thing is that you should do and prepare about it. Because if you haven't read about it, then how can you expect yourself to answer that question?
Actually, some questions are just like surprising element that.
No, so that's different thing. See, abhi to like you are at a beginner's level. You are just beginning with your preparation. So there must be so many things that you must have not read yet. You haven't come across yet. So do not worry about those things. Worry about things that you know you have covered, like those things that have been covered in the classes. And still, like if you struggle or if you feel that your answers are not to your expectations or you are not getting there where you want to be when it comes to answer writing, that's where I can help you, right? Otherwise, like with the content part, though, academic faculty will be there. Yeah.
Sir, in the conclusion part, हमें एक फॉरवर्ड लिखना होगा.
हाँ.
सर, लेकिन स्टैटिक पोर्शन में हम उसको क्या लिखें?
Static portion में हम
In case of like quality,
okay.
we have to give a way forward in the solution, in the last part in the conclusion.
Right.
The ancient history, like Indus Valley civilization.
So you mean to say that there are various subjects and you struggle to conclude the answer for variety of subjects which are out there. Okay, fine. ठीक है, ये तो बहुत ही specific चीज़ हो गई. लेकिन what I want to emphasize upon is that this, see, it's not just that we are meeting here and answer writing is something for the first time that you have heard of कि answer writing workshop भी होती है. If you go on to YouTube, on social media, like on relevant media, internet or other portals, you will find that so many people talk about it, about answer writing, right? They emphasize upon answer writing, and they, even toppers, whenever they come and they take any workshop, they also talk about it. So there must be something in answer writing that is not that obvious for the students, right? So basically there is, I want to emphasize that there are certain aspects associated with, like there are certain peculiarities in this particular answer writing that you do as part of this examination preparation. Okay, like the one thing is that the questions are not like till now during your school, during your graduation, you are like this has been the pattern that you used to refer to certain previous year questions or guide or some that sources of that nature in which you used to get the questions, and in the examination also the questions are very similar to the question that you were able to see in those guidebook or in previous year question banks, right? But when it comes to UPSC, they never repeat any question, and even though the topic and syllabus remains the same, but somehow they are able to come up with fairly complex and new questions, which you sometimes find to even like you sometimes struggle to find the meaning of that question, like what exactly it is being asked here. Okay, so that is one thing. that the question are not that easy and they never get repeated. They are always new and not that easy. Like they do not simply ask enumerate the fundamental rights in the constitution or who said what. Okay, they always tend to seek your opinion about particular issue or your understanding about a particular issue. Till now in your school and graduation, they always used to ask like somebody said something about some issue or some theory is there. Just tell us about that theory. The application part wasn't there that much in your school and graduation. But if you look at the UPSC question, they are mostly application oriented. That is one difference in the nature of the questions that come in the examination. So basically my idea is that you should be able to understand the differences in what you have done and what you are going to do. So one thing is the nature of question. Another thing is that the vastness of the syllabus. If you look at like you all are coming from certain background like engineering, humanities, arts, science, whatever. But here, despite of that specific background, you have to read almost all the subjects which are out there on that continuum of science and art. Okay? Humanity, like geography is there, economy is there, polity is there, IR is there. So, as he pointed it out, that all subjects have their own requirement of ultimately like in a particular subject there is one content, concepts, ideas which are there, and then there what you have to do, you have to learn all those things and then you have to express your understanding about those concepts. Okay, so expression part also differs depending upon the nature of subject. Like it is very easy and to express some mathematical like problem to a mathematical solution. If you know the concept, it's not that difficult for you to tell anyone that I know the concept and I can apply that concept into a particular problem and that's the solution. It's not that difficult. There are very objective steps. You just write those steps and then it will be done. Okay? Usually. Just one minute. But when it comes to humanities, even for a same question, the content, even though the content remain the same, but expression differs a lot. And at times, people struggle to figure out what exactly is the right or optimum amount of content to be written and answer. Okay? If I ask you, like polity, you have थोड़ी बहुत classes हुई हैं polity की, ठीक है? तो in polity, if I ask you to what extent the values and written or enshrined in the constitution, the preamble, have been implemented in Indian society. If I ask you that, there cannot be any limitation on the content कि ये 10 point लिख के ना आप answer कर दोगे. You can write the answer to this question in 200 words, 1000 words and 10,000 words also. Or even you can write a book about it also. See, so that is the nature, that is the difference in the nature of the subjects which you are reading. And that is why like there are semi-scientific subjects, geography, economy, and there are very much humanities and art oriented subjects like art and culture and society and like I'm talking about from GS perspective. Okay, so the subjects also differs a lot, and till now what have like all of you, as you are coming from certain background, so you have comfort with particular nature of subjects, but that does not mean all of you will be having the comfort with all variety of subjects which are out there that will be studying as part of your GS paper. Okay, so these are few things which makes it a little bit different, and that is why answer writing become a issue here, because you like reading or learning about a particular subject is one thing, but utilizing that understanding to perform somewhere. Okay, so these are two different parts. Usually there is again a myth or misconception that people tend to have, that they feel that if I have read about a particular subject in a class or sincerely, and if I have covered a particular subject or concept from variety of sources, then I am better equipped and my answer will definitely be very good as compared to the others who haven't referred to that many of sources. Okay, but in reality things doesn't happen like this. Okay, you will find that there are people, and many toppers also prescribe this thing, that you should refer one, it's not necessary for you to refer so many sources. So basically what happens here, when you refer variety of sources, multiple sources, so you are just emphasizing on the learning part of your preparation. But I'll show you in this workshop that learning is not, like, that is necessary but not sufficient for you to perform well in your examination. Okay? So one thing that I would like to tell you about, one way to emphasize upon the importance of answer writing is, I don't know why it is pixelizing so much. So if you look at the marks scheme यहाँ पर, ठीक है? So like in 3 stages in mains paper, basically it amounts to approximately 90%. So 90%, approximately 90% of your marks will be determined at this level, right? And here at this level, what you do, basically you express yourself through some text. Answer writing is something that you do at this level. So in the eyes of the examiner, eventually it doesn't matter how many revision that you have done, how many years that you have given to this preparation, how much sincere you really are, because they don't know you. What they will be knowing, your answers that you will be writing in your those answer sheets, right? So that is why your answers are very important, and eventually they will be going to determine what, how basically UPSC, like to what extent you are able to convince to the UPSC that you are a very suitable candidate, you are a deserving candidate. Okay? Yes, personality test also comes there, but ultimately it's your answer writing that through which you will be able to convey to the UPSC that you really know about things, and you are again a deserving candidate. Okay, so that's why I'll say that an answer is a tangible certification of a preparation. In the eyes of UPSC, they don't know you like how many hours, how many sources, how many days, how many months and years you have given to this examination, and how sincere you are. Ultimately, that answer is like your visiting card. It's like your, it's like the way to, like it's your impression in the eyes of UPSC. So that's why you should be very, very cautious and mindful, I will say, about the things that you write in your answer. Because कितना भी आप पढ़ लो, eventually वो answer ही है जो determine करेंगे, ठीक है? और as I said in the beginning, that people tend to have this myth कि they will have a lot of content because they have referred so many sources, so their answer will definitely be good, but that doesn't happen this way. ठीक है? Because an answer is not just about the content, but the expressions makes the real difference. Okay. Fine. So what I have done in this workshop, I have categorized this answer writing part into various subunits. Okay. So basically these are the parameters on the basis of which we evaluate an answer. Basically we judge an answer. Whenever in answer, like in Vision I's mains test series, we receive the copies. These are the parameters on the basis of which we, the evaluators here at Vision IAS, tend to analyze an answer. Like, so theme and context of question, okay, like to what extent the student has understood the theme or the context of question, basically the demand of particular question. Then the structure of the answer, the content for the answer, the linguistic abilities of the student, and the presentation aspect of the answer. So these are the 5 aspects which basically, these are the 5 areas where if I break down this activity of answer writing, so these are those sub-unit, sub-parts, and if you want to work upon, like they say, if there is something very difficult and complex, so it's always a good idea to